Yeah, morning everybody. It's Sunday, about 8:30 in the morning. I've just come around to the house to do a final check-up and get all my tools to take back with me. It's going to be about a 5-hour drive up to the ferry at Caen. I have to pick somebody up on the way as well, so yeah, 5.5 hours. So yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick tour around and show you where we finished at, and then also explain one or two things I hope to be doing on the next trip, which will be, as I said before, between Christmas and New Year. So yeah, it's a miserable day. It's a bit misty. It is starting to clear up a little bit for the drive. So yeah, let's go inside and have a look around. So leaving the lounge and the kitchen area, pretty much getting near to completion. This wall, if you remember, was a dark colour, which I didn't like. It was too depressing, so too much of it around here. Needed lightening up a bit, so I've done it in a cream. That's after 3 or 4 coats. Unfortunately I had to use French paint, and to be polite, it's rubbish, but we finally got there in the end. Might give it another coat when I come back next time. I'm also going to paint the window. That'll be one of the other jobs we need to do. Hopefully bring the kickboards for all underneath the units, so they'll be fitted, and that will be the kitchen pretty much finished off. In the bathroom, and I think where we're going with this is we're going to panel all down the bottom half, so roughly the height of the sink. As you know, we've painted the ceiling, and then we're going to paint the rest of it, maybe put a few tiles as a splashback behind the sink as well. So yeah, all of this will be finished around here, and the same in the toilet. We're trying to have a new roof on, so that's one of the jobs. And then in here, say that should get done. Probably won't get finished next trip, but it will be finished the trip after. But it's all functional anyway. So yeah, coming through into the lounge, we're already starting to make inquiries about having the TV aerial fitted and the internet, so that'll all go up there. Upstairs, as you know, I was working on this wall, which is drying. It's taking a bit longer than normal to dry due to the atmosphere. It's a bit damp, so yeah, it's taking a little bit longer. This here is all the soil and dirt that comes off the wall when you repoint it, so it's quite a big job. This window has been measured up. There's going to be a new window put in there, so that'll all be sealed off. So one of the big jobs we want to do on the next trip is to insulate and plasterboard all this ceiling. It's very traditional around here to have a thatched roof and then have the tiles on top, which this has. We've got one small leak over in that corner. That's going to be fixed next week. I've got a roofer coming around to do that. So yeah, myself and Mick, hopefully we'll get this all plasterboarded out and insulated, but we need it making watertight first, which, as I say, should be done for next week. So that's where we are with this. Into the house, and we're going to be concentrating on this room. All new floorboards in here and in the on the landing area. So all these are going to be coming up. All the wiring will be done for downstairs, and all the insulation put down on the next trip. Decided what we're going to do up here is we're going to plasterboard in between the joists, so we can paint those and insulate, obviously. Darken the joists down a little bit, but still have some of them showing, probably half of what you can see. And then all the walls will be decorated. Not doing any pierre apparent on here where you can see the stonework. This is all concrete, and it's very thick, so we'll be leaving this as it is, just decorating it. In this corner we'll be installing an ensuite, hopefully a bath, a shower, sink and toilet, and the pipes already outside, just have to come up through the kitchen up into the bathroom area. So yeah, they're the jobs we're going to be starting on the next trip, so hopefully you'll be able to watch the videos on that around about New Year time. Okay, so back through. So yeah, back downstairs. If you remember, we painted the window, the sills and the side of the stairs. They will be finished next time. It's almost impossible to get, believe it or not, white gloss paint in France. Their gloss paint is nothing like we have. So I'll be bringing some of that over with me so I can get the windows and the stairs finished and all the trim and that window down there painted. So let's just switch these lights off for upstairs, even though we switch the power off. Always leave the fridge door open when we're not here. And then switch the power off. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the vids. We're staying at a friend's bed and breakfast over the Christmas New Year period. He has pretty good internet, so we will be able to download films from there. Hopefully get enough done so we have 2 or 3 more for when we get back as well. But as always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking the vids, all your comments, really appreciate them. I do try to get back to them all eventually, it just takes a bit of time. And thanks for all the subscribers and the Patreons and everybody else. So it's really all appreciated that you take the time out just to watch these vids and you enjoy them. So we shall see you soon. Okay, take care. Have a good Christmas if I don't talk to you before then. And cheers. Bye. Yeah, morning everybody. It's Christmas Eve. Back in the UK, obviously. I just wanted to bring an update to what happened once I left the house, which you saw me do on the last video. Within about 10 minutes, I was in the car on my way up to pick a friend about 3.5 hours away and then onto the ferry. So all was going well. Picked my friend up and then within about 10 minutes on the motorway, my car broke down. The temperature scale went right to the top, into the red zone, and warnings came on saying pull over. Luckily, I was very, very close, within 100 yards of a lay-by, so I pulled in there. We had a look at what we thought it was, and my first thought was it might be the head gasket, which we're talking of a lot of money. But anyway, my friend who speaks French got onto the emergency services, and within half an hour they'd come and picked us up and taken us to a garage. Obviously everywhere was closed that day because it was Sunday. Taken us to a garage where we had to leave the car. The guy who picked us up spoke to the guy who owned the garage, and he said he couldn't look at it until Tuesday, and we were due on the ferry sometime in the afternoon. Luckily a friend came and picked us up, who lived about an hour away, took us back to Simon's house where I had to stay until Tuesday. But in this time the lateral flow results that we had run out, so we had to organise to have that again. And what we did, we decided to hire a car, come back to England. I was supposed to be coming back anyway on the 28th, and I would bring that car back and hopefully my car would be repaired. So we organised the ferry, we organised the lateral flow tests. We got everything printed off that we needed to as well, and just waited for Tuesday. On the way up to the ferry on the Tuesday morning, we decided to call in and see if it had time to look at the car. As I say, we'd hired a car, and a lot of companies wouldn't even let us hire a car to take to England, but we found Europcar who did. So we called in, the car was fixed. Which was great, but it then caused us another problem. Is what did we do? Because did we have time to take the car back and then get my car and come back to the ferry? And there was no way we could do it in time. So decided to bring the car back to England, which we did. Got back okay about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sat there the following day, the Wednesday, thinking, well, you know, we'll go back on the 28th and drop the car off, pick my car up and everything else. Suddenly that day we get a warning that Macron's going to close the borders. And I thought, well, you know, I can't keep this, could be 2 or 3 months these are closed. I can't keep this hire car that long, so I'd better get it back. So I sat from 9 o'clock till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, working out how to get back. I managed to get on the very last place available on the ferry, going over, but there was no ferry coming back, or none with any space anyway. So I then looked at the option of coming back on the tunnel, which I managed to get a place on that at 7:30 in the evening. So on the Thursday, I went and had another lateral flow test because they have to be within 48 hours of travelling then. I think it's changed now. I went and had that done. I got the results while I was driving down to Plymouth. Got on the ferry, no problem. Got over to France at about 7:30 in the morning. Drove down to where the car hire place was. Dropped the car off, no problem. Another friend, Colin, came and picked me up and then took me to my car. We got there, obviously closed for lunch, so we had an hour to kill. Sorted that out, picked my car up, ran okay, no problem. But then I had to get to Calais, which was about a 5.5 hour trip. So set off, got to the tunnel about half an hour before my train was due to leave, but I had to do some paperwork. So they then put me on the next train. They're pretty good like that. They'll just put you onto the next train and what have you. So I finally got back home, I would say about 2 o'clock in the morning. From 7:30 in that morning, I had to be out of France by 11 o'clock. That was a cut-off time. So from 7:30 arriving in Calais, I'd driven all day with probably, let's say, an hour and a half break. So I was pretty tired. But then I had to drive back home again. Roadworks on the motorway, as you can expect. And so that took me 5.5 hours instead of 3.5 hours. Finally got back home with my car, which was the important thing. And everything's been okay since. The situation is now that we can't go back to France as we hope to, and we're booked to go between Christmas and New Year. And to be honest, we don't know when we can. As soon as we know and we get a date, we will book. We've already got one of the tickets booked, which we can move around, so we're going to do that. But as soon as we know we can go, we will book, and the videos will start again. I've got one more video coming out next week, all to do with the work that we've just done over the last few weeks. So yeah, please bear with us. The videos will start again. I just don't know when. There will be other things on my site if it's of interest to you. Big thank you to everybody who watches and subscribes, passes comment, and any Patreons and everybody, you know, who takes the time out to watch the videos. Really appreciate it. So with that, all I can say is have a great Christmas. Let's hope 2022 is better than 2021, and I will see you in the new year. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye.